Barbie! I told you to wait in the dream house.
Boys, avenge me! Avenge me! Avengers!
Bazinga.
Scruffy-looking nerve herders.
Ethan Hunt contacted you?
I am good, Rooster. I'm very good.
So you are Yoi's a trainer who trains.
Gonzo the Great will ride this baby again.
Hello and welcome to episode 92 of the Real Serious Podcast. We're back. After a 1 week. Oh my God, ESPN. After a 1 week hiatus, we have returned. We're talking Roofman today. We're going to talk some Tron Aries. We're going to talk a lot of news, but I skimmed it down. I cut the fat. We only got the nice, lean stories to talk about. But yeah, Jack and I here. Charles, since this is not a franchise week, you can count Tron, but we'll say how that might be the death of the franchise. Is not with us this week, but next week she'll be back for us to talk some Bruce Springsteen because baby, he was born to run. But Jack, how you been, man? It's been 2 weeks.
Good. I was about to send you guys a text last week. I missed you guys.
I was missing the boys.
It's just I feel like this has become such a big part of my routine every week.
Yeah.
Even when I really haven't watched that many movies recently, but even then I'm like small bits of news or even just like IU football news. I'm like, maybe I just need to text in the group chat a little bit more, but
hey, don't be shy. Don't be shy ever text.
Either way, it was weird, but I'm glad that we're back and a lot of good stuff in theaters. Fortunately, I didn't get to all of it, but I think from here on out, it's only going to get worse. Like it's just one movie to the next. It's just like another. It's just stacking up. It's stacking up on my watch list. So
yeah,
if you weren't paying attention to the cinema world yet, like
what are you
people
doing?
need to buckle their seats in. I mean, it's about to get real serious. All right, Hunter, what did you watch this week?
Not a whole lot. Okay, so let me paint you a picture. All right. I was on in the last week 6 flights in the last week. On all of those flights but one, I did not have the screen. And so I did not prepare well. I did not download anything because I'm just an idiot. God, it's so stupid. And so the only one that I did prepare for was I watched the Lego Batman movie. And let me tell you, what a good movie, man. They gotta make these Lego movies again. It's so good. The humor is great. Just really solid overall. Really love it. I'd love a lot more things to get Legoized, except for Pharrell Williams. He can stay as a person. But yeah, the Lego Batman movie, it's so good. I give that 4 stars. And then Tron Aries, which we'll talk about a little later. And then I watched A Few Good Men, gave that 5 stars. It's truly incredible. Really love that movie. I think it's about as close to a perfect film as we can get. And then Roofman, which we can also talk a little bit later. But I did actually watch a lot of TV this week. I finished Stranger Things again, so I'm ready to roll for the new season coming up.
Dang.
I started The Chair Company on HBO.
How is it?
Which is with Tim Robbins' new show. Very funny. I'm hooked. Okay. I'm very excited for the episode tonight. Happened last night for those listening on Monday. Very excited for that. Peacemaker ended, which we can talk about in a little bit as well. Gen V, I'm back again on that, so that's great to see. Smiling Friends is back and in full swing. Love to see that as well. But really, I spent a lot of my week in the traveling. Brought my Nintendo Switch 2, playing some Donkey Kong Bonanza. My goodness, what a game. What a game. They just, just put together such a great package. Love it. So yeah, not a whole lot of movies, but a lot of entertainment overall my last 2 weeks. What about you, man?
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Entertain.
We consume
the media, physical or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of have. I finished up Peacemaker as well. Excited to talk with you on that. I know we briefly sent some little text over after it was finished. I'm not caught up on the most recent episode of Gen V, so pretty frustrated I wasn't able to get to that this week. But you'll have to give us the lowdown, and then probably later this week I can come back and listen to it. But in terms of movies, it's been pretty slow. I think the last thing I talked about was I rewatched The Naked Gun.
Okay.
And then I don't know, I just kind of wanted to get into the spooky mindset. So I said, all right, rewatch the original live action Scooby-Doo.
Nice.
Still bangs, still slaps. Nice. I think we've already considered this to be one of the greatest castings of all time. Just everyone involved is perfect. It's kind of like wild and zany, but like all the ways that a Scooby-Doo movie needs to be. Then went to see Roofman, went to see Tron Ares, but honestly, after seeing the reviews from Tron, the better reviews for Roofman kind of swayed me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Plus, this was a more Caitlin-friendly movie. So,
fair.
Movie of choice this past week. Got to try out a new AMC too.
Oh,
I didn't go to the normal one in Georgetown. They have a different one in Virginia that I went to, and it was quite nice. It was a different setup. You know, it wasn't as like steep. It was more kind of like a slight tilt in like a very smaller theater, maybe a little bit more intimate.
All right,
I really liked it. I don't know, but I just like going to different theaters that have different vibes. Or you can tell it was very much like it wasn't a movie theater when the building was first constructed, but they have found a way to turn it into a movie theater.
I also went to a new AMC for the first time. I went to the one in Century City, and that's one of the nicer AMCs I've ever been to. They have the costume from the Bob Dylan movie from the Born to Run next week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I sent you guys the photo that they have of Wuthering Heights, a giant Wuthering Heights standee, and it's just like,
dude,
that movie is going to be.
You just know there are people in your life that are going to see that like 5 times.
Oh yeah, someone who's never been to a movie theater in the last 4 years is just like pumped for that one.
And I told this, or I was talking about this the other day, but the Charlie XCX song that is in that trailer is just stuck in my head, and I can't get it out. For better or for worse, I think it's for worse right now. But it's stuck in my head. But watch Roofman and then rewatch Tick Tick Boom, Into Garfield, Lin-Manuel Miranda. So good. And I think there's like certain songs, especially for musicals, that'll stick out to you every time you watch it. You know, maybe the first 2 times you watch it, one song is a little bit more interesting than another one. But like on this one, like the ending, like the final song in the movie was just like packed a punch. And I
think this is one of the better musicals of the last decade.
I totally agree.
I'm very impressed by this movie every time I see it. And that ties to, I think I'm just frustrated by Andrew Garfield's last like 10 years. Like he's so talented. And I don't know.
We Live in Time was good. I think he was very good in that movie.
I think he's good in it, but I like it too. But like Eyes of Tammy Faye, I think was good, but not great. We Live in Time is good, not great. I've heard only negative things about After the Hunt. I don't know.
Have you seen
talented.
Have you seen?
I haven't seen Mainstream or Under the Silver Lake, but I've heard both those are good, not great. No, I've not seen Silence, but I do know he's supposed to be awesome in that.
He's awesome. He's really good.
See, that one was what? That was 2016.
It was like 10 years ago.
So he did Hacksaw Ridge and Silence the same year, and then kind of went away for a little bit.
I know he went away because I'm pretty sure his mom died, and he wanted to take some personal time. So I think he's just kind of like getting his feet wet again into the movie scene. So I think
back in a big way.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's working again. Just because
I'm a Garfield guy.
I think he should have won. I mean, I love Will Smith's performance in King Richard, but I think what Andrew Garfield does in this movie was just beyond deserving of an Oscar. I mean, he sounds really good for someone that is not known for being a vocalist or as a singer.
Good word.
Thank you.
Nice.
But he's really good. And it's funny because Caitlin's really into the whole like singing of it all and like editing and like auto-tuning people's voices. She's like, oh, that's like auto-tune. Where I don't know. You know? Like, I mean, when it's very obvious and it's like the Black Eyed Peas, but like that rocks, you know, like that's like the greatest auto tune of all time. Or maybe that's not even auto tune. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Point is, I think it was funny listening to her talk about whose singing was good, or like the fact that his singing was good and that like it doesn't sound completely altered was interesting to me, because I feel like there are people that like cannot sing and they just alter their voice the entire time. And I was like, so like, what about Wicked? And she was like, no, like Wicked is like Cynthia Erivo's just like
Wicked's different,
insane. She's insane.
She actually is very talented.
Yeah, she's just. But yeah, Tick Tick Boom. If anyone that is listening has not seen it, I will be listening to that album for the next 2 months minimum, and you should too.
I know. I think I might have to watch it again.
Yeah. Then we watched 3/4 of Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man, because Caitlin hasn't seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Missing out.
So once we get through those, then we're on to No Way Home. She has not seen No Way Home yet. So very excited to revisit that with her.
She's missing out.
Mm-hmm.
She's missing out. I think I found the Andrew Garfield Oscar movie. I think I got it. Ready for this?
Yes.
Artificial, directed by Luca Guadagnino, starring Andrew Garfield, Cooper Hoffman, Monica Barrero, Jason Schwartzman's in it. Former Academy Award winner Mark Rylance is in it. It is about the confusing hiring and rehiring of Sam Altman and OpenAI. This screams Social Network 2, but the good version.
Yeah, I feel like we went over this. Maybe,
but I'm pumped. Now I'm in on that.
I think after the long walk, we talked.
That's in post-production right now.
Oh, really? So it's already done.
So that's like done.
Dude, I'm telling you, Andrew Garfield, it would be a shame if he never got an Oscar, but I'm confident enough that at some point he will get one.
For playing Spider-Man again.
I'm not the werewolf. I'm not the werewolf.
Dude, it's not me. It's not me. I swear, it's not me. I swear. But that's a good list, man. Some good ones.
Yeah. It's short but sweet.
Not big, but you know what? I agree. Short but sweet. I think I've made a choice. I was thinking about this on the plane the other day. I was like, I think what I'm going to start to do is pick either a director, a subgenre, or an actor, and just start to be like, all right, the next week, that's what I do. Because I have a hard time, like, I think that we fall into it a lot, is especially this, like, us. You have a lot of movies that you've seen but you like, and you're like, well, I have time to watch a movie. It's like, all right, I'll just put on what I've seen. Like, it's hard to force yourself sometimes out of that, like, I haven't seen it rabbit hole. And so this is what I think I'm going to start to do. Or even like a decade. Like if I just picked like, all right, this week I'm just doing the 60s, like find some 60s movies. So I think I'm going to start to do that starting like in about 2 weeks.
I would not even be opposed to say, hey, all three of us on the pod, let's just pick a movie collectively and say like that it's streaming somewhere.
Yeah. Just pick something.
And watch it. I feel like that would be fun.
I'm in on that. I'm in. I'll start to tell you what I'm thinking. What my weeks are thinking. All right, let's get into some news. You want to get some news? I got some good ones.
Ready for some news?
I got some good news. All right, here we go. First piece of news. Reese Witherspoon is produced. Oh, wait, before we do that, I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. God, this is what happens when we take a week off. I went to the Oscars Museum. The Academy Museum, excuse me, my apologies. And it was really incredible. So I went there about 2 years ago. I was a little worried at first that maybe we'd, have the same stuff again. Not the same stuff, quite different. The first exhibit I kind of walked through was all about Bong Joon-ho and kind of his filmography. And so they had some stuff from Parasite. So they had one of the Rock from Parasite in there. And it was really interesting too, because Bong Joon-ho storyboards all his films like before he even starts filming, and so like it's interesting to like walk around and see the storyboards written out. Bad podcasting to like show this on the screen, but I'll send it to you right now.
I'm sure it was really cool.
Yeah, and so it's cool to like see it, and then like next to it they'd have like the actual scene playing. So that was very cool to see. Just kind of that thought process. And then like I went to the Oscars room. So they had like Kei Kwan's like envelope. They also had his actual statue, along with a lot of other statues. Relevant to this podcast, they have the both pianos from Casablanca. They have the one from actually in the bar, and then the one from the kind of like his apartment area that they come into later in the movie.
The upstairs area?
Yeah, the upstairs area.
Yeah.
That they had both of those, which I thought was very cool. They had a payphone from the original Blade Runner. I thought was incredible. And then they had three main exhibits that were like the rotating ones. One was for Barbie, and it was kind of all about the set designers, Sarah Greenwood and Katie Spencer. And so it was really cool to see like their like literal scale models of Barbie Land, what they like then built in full scale. They had a lot of props and stuff. I thought that was really awesome. And then they were also the people who did Beauty and the Beast. So they had some stuff from there. Like they had the rose and the whole table, which was very interesting as well. And then the second exhibit kind of they had was a celebration of cyberpunk. And they did have the original suit from the first Tron. Which was very cool to see, as well as just some other matte paintings and some early concept art from Terminator. And then there was like a costume room, which did have Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2 hanging up, and that was really cool to see as well.
That's sick.
They had some Interstellar stuff. They had TARS from Interstellar, along with both of the spaceships from Interstellar. They had the Captain America shield, Mjolnir, an Iron Man mask, a lot of Last Jedi representation in the Star Wars section, I will say. A lot of Last Jedi, so the Academy Museum knows ball. They also had some stuff from the Suicide Squad and the Matrix. But then like the big one that they had was the Jaws exhibit, which takes up like the whole top floor. And it's there till the end of the year, I think. And it was just like a really interesting to walk around that and see it. And what kind of bummed me out, but I thought was also cool, was that Spielberg was 27 when he directed Jaws. So we got some time. We're okay. We got some time to figure it out. But that's crazy to think about, that like the biggest movie of all time is like a 27-year-old. And like it went so over budget, and like it was just insane to think. Like it would never happen today. But it did. And like it was just cool to walk around and see all that. So very, very cool museum. Highly recommend going if you're in the LA area. Definitely for the film buffs out there. So,
yeah.
Cool.
I feel like the museums for movies, and I'm sure this is just what you felt the entire time. You're like, ooh, I know that.
Yeah.
Reading like the like behind the scenes kind of story, because you can look into a movie and you can try your best to kind of find articles or find news online. But I think finding those museums or the kind of exhibits that they have. I mean, I remember seeing articles promoting the Jaws exhibit online.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, all summer. And I'm like, that looks like the coolest thing ever, just to see all of the like physical props, or, you know, some of the just tangible things that you can touch that were used to help create the movie. I think just has to be such a neat experience for anyone that
I'd really love to go to the Museum of the Moving Image. That is in New York, specifically because they have a whole Jim Henson exhibit right now, which I think would just be incredible to go see and experience it. They also have a Mission Impossible exhibit right now, which is just like, talk about our worlds coalescing into one, which that would just be incredible to go see as well. But I think the Jim Henson one is there for the long haul. I think I should look right now. Mission Impossible is only there through December, so I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to see the Mission Impossible one. But very cool to go see. And I think the Oscars has a couple up and coming ones that I'll try to catch. I think 2 years is a good idea to go for like 4 things, because it's like things change enough in 2 years to experience it.
Yeah.
But you never know. So.
No, that's cool. I'm very envious of that experience.
Yeah. Well, hey, if we ever get out there. Hey, and also maybe next summer we're gonna probably go to New York.
Fingers crossed.
So maybe we can go to the Museum of the Moving Image. All right, let's get into some news. Polly Pocket, first and foremost. The Reese Witherspoon is producing a Polly Pocket movie starring Lily Collins. Knockoff Barbie is going to be not great, I think. I don't know about this. Like, why? I know why we're doing this, but
Can you repeat that to me? Sorry, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know if I
Lily
heard that all the
Collins
way.
is starring in a Polly Pocket movie, which is developed by Mattel and MGM, with Reese Witherspoon co-producing.
Yeah, I think I don't know what Polly Pocket is.
Yeah, Polly Pocket is like the other Barbie, but it's like the little ones. I remember them from when I was a kid.
I'm looking them up.
I just don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna go no.
All right.
On this. I'm gonna go no.
I don't think this was. I just don't think this one's for me. But
yeah, I don't think this one's for us.
Lily Collins. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
Reese Witherspoon.
Good for them.
Nice. I hope this really works out for them. I'm sure we're not really the target demographic for this anyway.
I don't think that we're the number one guys for this one.
Yeah. Who knows though? What if we do become like the
what if this just really moves us and like deeply, deeply moves us? You never know. But yeah, that's the first piece of news. I just thought it was interesting, like that we're just copying Barbie now. But hey,
sure.
You know what? You do you. This one is very much up our alley. Damien Chazelle's next film is confirmed to be the prison set drama starring Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig. Leo dropped out of Evel Knievel Goes on Tour, which is the other Chazelle movie that was thinking we were going to happen. But now this is the one that's happening next. And Justin Hurwitz, who is the longtime composer, was asked about it, and he said it's the best script he's ever read. Which, hello.
He's read a lot of good scripts.
The Chazelle heads, we rise. We were there in the trenches. We were there for the bad box office of Babylon, but we knew our day would come, and that day has arrived. I'm excited for this. This will be good.
Yeah,
this will be good.
I mean, I don't feel like we've gotten a prison type drama, or at least a good one, in a hot minute.
Yeah, what's like the last like true prison movie?
I mean, so when I think of obviously when I think of like,
I think of Shawshank.
I mean, actually, I take that back. Sing Sing. I take that back.
Oh, true.
Back. Sing Sing.
True.
I take that back 1000%. But like, it is not very much. It's not your stereotypical like prison movie. You know, does that make sense? Like,
no,
when I think of Sing Sing, I more or less think of like the rehabilitation through the arts idea of it all, not necessarily like, I think there's two different kinds of prison ideas that my mind goes to.
I still think
number one is like Shawshank Redemption, and then like Prison Break,
The Green Mile.
Those are Green Mile. Those are kind of like the movies I'm thinking about. But then like I think Sing Sing was so different from that in my mind for some reason it took me a minute to kind of come to it. So Sing Sing, I apologize. You're still my glorious masterpiece. But I think when I think of prison, like a prison drama, maybe something a bit darker. Do you think Chazelle will kind of?
I think see, with Chazelle it's hard, right? Because we have like a sample size of 4. You have the 2 musical movies, right? Like I would consider Babylon like a weird musical. Like it's not true musical, but it's like musically driven.
No, it's very much. Yeah, I agree.
So you have that, and then you have Whiplash, which is also musically driven, La La Land. So like very tonally different, but like that style of like we're going 1,000 miles an hour. But then First Man is like the weird outlier there. And that one I don't know. Like if I hope he chooses to go a little less First Man and a little more like Babylon, Whiplash. But we'll see.
Yeah, maybe some of the like darker themes of Whiplash tied in with. I mean, I think Babylon definitely had some pretty dark moments.
Yeah, I mean, because too,
it is well.
There's a clear theme in all his films of perfection, and then like achieving a goal. Whatever it takes along the way that you lose is worth it to achieve the goal. And so like that's been through and through the entire time. So like I wonder with a prison movie is what the goal is going to be. I think obviously the first thing that comes to mind is like, all right, are they trying to break out? And like that's like the obsessive goal that we're trying to get to at the end of the day, or is it something else? Like that we'll have to wait and see. But I'm very interested to see how this ends up becoming, something.
Yeah, me as well. I think Daniel Craig is and Cillian Murphy together is something that I just, not that I have a hard time seeing it, but it's a pairing that I'm very excited to see. Just because I feel like we like those two types of actors kind of clashing or working with one another's fun, just because it's not necessarily the first two people I would think of to put in a movie like this. So I think I'm already intrigued.
Because it's not even like you could do like the old guy who's been in prison a while with like the young guy, because like they're not that far off in age. Like obviously I think that you'd have Craig play the older guy, but like they're not that far off, where it's not like, Cillian's like, here comes the youth,
Do we have more information on the casting of this, or is it just
really.
these two?
It's just those two, I think.
Maybe Cillian Murphy and Daniel Craig will burst out in song, and it'll be like Paddington 2. It's going to be Paddington 2
and Paddington 2
prison drama.
Yeah. The next piece of news is very interesting to me. The Michael Jackson biopic first trailer is rumored to release with Wicked 2. Is it crazy to say that I'm excited for this movie? Like big time excited for this movie?
No, I don't think that's crazy. I mean, he's the biggest.
I'm like worried about
all
this
time.
movie, but like I think that this should be. So here's my worry, right? Preface it. Do you like Bohemian Rhapsody?
When I first saw it, I liked it very much. I have not revisited it since I saw it when it came out.
I do not love the musical biopic cut, like, play by the numbers style, right? I think that a lot of times it's the usual, we're about to play the biggest show. I have to do a flashback to my whole life, blah, 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 blah. We get back to the end. Same thing for all of them. I like when they're a little different, which is why I really like Rocket Man. I think Elvis is pretty different. Better Man.
Better Man.
Better Man is a great example of that. I think we've gotten a little experimental with it, and I'm worried because of how involved Michael Jackson's estate is, because of the fact that Michael Jackson is played by one of his relatives, that this is going to be a very paint by numbers Michael Jackson biopic, where clearly there's some stuff that I don't know if they'll touch when it comes to the story of Michael Jackson. I hope that they at least give it some focus, but I do think that the attempt is going to be, this is a big popcorn summer blockbuster, kind of squeaky cleaning the entire Michael Jackson story to then make this a big epic thing, especially if it's two movies, because right now the thought is it's so long, it has to be two movies. So I don't know. I think this will be a fun time at the movies, but I think to say it's a true biopic, I'm worried about that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, even with the Elvis of it all, that was something I was super pumped for. And I still love the creative choices that were taken in that movie. Again, to kind of separate it from the very generic, almost like the what we had problems with the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. I think we just kind of found that it was maybe a little bit too by the book and maybe too reliant on Timothy's performance. I think this is just a hard movie there's just a lot to kind of go into the life of this man. It's very complicated. I think the same goes for Elvis. A lot of these people that reach this insanely high status that only, the top 1.0001% of people have ever reached.
I mean, truly, he is like, to say maybe one of the top 3 most famous people of the last 100 years is not a crazy thing to say.
No.
Like between, like what would be him, like the Queen, and maybe Elvis? like I think that's about it.
Yeah. But even with Elvis, it's like that movie really just covered his life and really didn't give into what I really liked. Funny enough, I liked Priscilla, I think, more than I liked the Elvis.
1,000%. But what I would even argue with the Elvis of it all is at least that did a little bit of something because it kind of was almost from the perspective of fat suit Tom Hanks. Like at least that's a little something there where it's like you had it almost felt like Elvis was a secondary character in his own movie, and it was like you got to experience that relationship. Where even the Bob Dylan one right now, we're talking about Timmy, is like at least that too was like here's a small snapshot of Bob Dylan's life. It was a 3-year snapshot. What happens in these 3 years is what's important for this movie. Like he went on to have an even longer career. So it's like, it's not like it did like the true biopic of like, you know, we do a freeze frame at the end and then the text comes on screen. And it's like, and they went on to sell 1 million records and they set all of the records in life. So that's where I think that this is going to go. I hope not. But then the other ones we have too is the Beatles one, which I think that's going to be crazy town when we get there. But we'll get there when we get there.
They took our boy. They took Greg away from us. I can't believe the Beatles took Greg.
The Beatles did take Greg.
Greg away from Dune and from the Batman. So the cinematography on these movies got to be like, let's get crazy. I mean, let's make every time they perform be some sort of like trip. You know, like you just got to think you're on some completely different planet.
Yeah, I would like that. And then each of their perspectives is different for the same exact moment would be great.
That would be sweet. That would be cool. They have an opportunity to do something really cool with these movies, but I think it's just so much that maybe there's too many opportunities to go wrong. Is that like not?
Yeah, I don't know. Somehow I think that'll be better off than the Michael Jackson one. Like the Michael Jackson one, I think could be so bad. But like
well, they've already cut it. I mean, because they had it done, and then they had
they're doing reshoots and stuff.
Yeah, they had to do reshoots.
But I think it's something about his music is just so good that like maybe it'll just like cover it like a big band-aid.
I think
we'll see it soon. I think is that what in April? Is it in April?
I think he got delayed indefinitely. I could be totally wrong.
I think it's April. April 24th. Yeah, April 24th.
Okay. Either way, I think, like you said, his music is so good, even if it was, just like a cookie cutter biopic, I'd still find myself having a blast. Do I think it would do him justice as an artist and like the music that he made? Probably not. You know, like I think while I'm like, the Elvis one maybe wasn't like the best Elvis
I forgot
biopic.
Miles Teller was in this.
Oh yeah, I forgot and that too. He's
Coleman
his
Domingo's
manager.
in this.
Dude, there's just a
Coleman Domingo is his dad.
Dang. I completely forgot that.
Shamona. Dude, I hope he just does a bunch of just noises. Just all the noises.
Maybe it's stupid of me to say that I'd like a cookie cutter.
I gotta see it.
I want to see a couple like chances taken in this movie because I feel like for someone that big, like you can't just give a cookie cutter biopic. But if it is a cookie cutter biopic, like I'd be lying if I said I probably still won't really have a good time with this movie.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a fun popcorn flick. It's just like I don't think that they can pretend that it's the definitive true Michael Jackson story. Like I think it's really going to be like in the same way Bohemian Rhapsody was a very polished version of what the truth was.
There's going to be a Priscilla version of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, there should be
a year later.
That'd be good. I'd actually really watch that too. All right, next up is Heat 2. Heat 2 rumors are heating up. There's some people saying that Michael Mann said he's going to use some de-aging technology because, like, for those who don't know, Heat 2 takes place in the future and in the past of the original Heat story. Leo is still kind of circling. Adam Driver is circling still as well. Austin Butler is still circling. Bradley Cooper. And so there's a lot of names circling this movie. I'm just excited to see it. I think this is starting to get really to the point where, like, we're in. Let's go. Doing Heat 2. So hopefully it's sooner rather than later. Is it because Austin Butler
de-aging is
plays?
interesting.
If Austin Butler plays a Kilmer role, I mean, Oscar right now. Just give him the Oscar. It'd be great.
That'd be a good casting. To cast him as any other person in this movie would feel wrong.
Yeah. Are you a Heat guy? Do you like Heat?
Love Heat. Love Heat.
Nice.
Heat's great. Michael Mann's great. I've never gotten to see any of his movies in theaters. So
you missed Ferrari?
Yeah, I did miss Ferrari.
I think a lot of people missed Ferrari. My take is he hasn't had a great film since probably 2004, but he hasn't had a good film since 2015. I think Black Hat was good. I don't think Ferrari was very good.
Okay. I've only seen Black Hat's his most recent movie that I've seen, and it was good. I like
Black Hat.
It's by no means Thief or Heat, but it's good.
Yeah. I mean, like, he had such like an early great career. Like Last of the Mohicans, Heat, Crime Story, Manhunter, like Thief, like Collateral. I mean, Collateral is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Collateral. It's insane.
It's so good. So we'll see. Heat 2 on its way. Speaking of 2s, Minecraft 2. Minecraft 2 is hitting theaters July 23rd, 2027. Ooh. I'm worried they're going to learn all of the wrong things from Minecraft 1 to make Minecraft 2, but we'll see.
Maybe it's just like Avatar. Hear me out. Where it's just like this cultural event that we buy into,
every few years, we all
like every couple of years, we're like, you know what, like let's just stand up in the theater and scream chicken jockey. You know? But I hope that we learn from our mistakes. Like we don't need to stand up and throw the popcorn in the air. I just know that there's somebody that's worked at AMC for like 10 years that heard Minecraft 2 got announced and they fell to their knees and seriously contemplated quitting their job. Like, I just know that had to be the worst week and a half, 2 or 3 weeks of like an AMC employee's life.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Those theaters looked like they looked like war rooms. I mean, you got Coke spilled everywhere. You got popcorn piled up in one corner. I'm sure the trash cans were super empty. The trash was just sitting in the theater.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see what it's going to be the same movie again, right? I mean, it's just going to be what they go to the Nether a little bit more.
No, they got to go to the end.
The Ender Dragon.
They got to go fight the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ender Pearl. That's what he's gonna do. That's what the whole movie's gonna be. And then the Ender Dragon will be voiced by Awkwafina, and it's gonna be awesome.
Of course.
That's gonna be great. I think it'd be kind of funny if they like brought in like a traditional Steve character, and who just wasn't named Steve, and it was just like a cool guy who like actually like looked like Steve that we thought. That'd be good. I would like that shit. I could do without bringing back the characters outside of Steve for the sequel.
You know, I actually really like Jason Momoa's character.
See, I could take or leave Jason Momoa's character.
Okay. I think everyone else I could leave.
I just think he plays like the same guy now.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. There's really not much I can say about this movie that like really I'm like, yes, boom, I'm sat for this. But I really do think this is going to be a cultural thing where the kids who saw all the other kids get to go to the movie theaters and have that experience are going to want to do the exact same thing when this comes out.
Yeah,
TikTok will still be around. They're going to be making tons of edits. Everyone's going to know all the words to say before you go to the theaters. So yeah, Jack Black, he's printing money at this point.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Anaconda turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up is a different kind of sequel, Ocean's 14. Ocean's 14. George Clooney confirmed it is happening with a tentative schedule to begin shooting in 2026. George Clooney, Brad Pitt are expected to return alongside other people like Matt Damon and Don Cheadle. While no director has been confirmed yet, it's happening. That is awesome. I would say I love the Oceans franchise. I'm a big Oceans guy. So we'll see how this works out.
I mean, I know that's like one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not like, I can appreciate the aspects of the movie that I think people really like, and the kind of the sleekness and how cool it is. It's almost kind of like a vibe, like you either vibe with it or you don't. I've seen the original Oceans, and then I've seen the Oceans with it's like the team of women.
Oh, Ocean's 8?
Yeah. Didn't really love that one.
You didn't love the James Corden of it all?
Was he in that movie?
Yeah, he's like in it for too long. He's in it for too much.
I just remember watching that with one of my friends freshman year, and we both left that and we're like, I don't really even feel like there was like any moment in this movie where like things were gonna go wrong. Like we were just like watching people do stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, if Matt Damon's coming back, like
we're back.
It's gotta be cool, right? Get Ben Affleck in it too. Why not? You know?
Yeah. You know what? You know what they should do? They should just have a younger team of another Oceans team that's just all the young actors from today, and that's like a rival team. And then like the whole moral of the movie is that, you know what, the old ways were actually better. The way we used to do things was better. And it could be a nice little analogy for modern day filmmaking, because the new guys use computers and fancy tricks, but the old guys, they go tactile. They use the old ways. That would be good. I'd like that. I would like that a whole lot.
It's like your favorite subgenre of movies.
Movies about movies?
No, just like the Tom Cruise versus AI of it all. Like, I hate AI. It's ruining movies.
Yeah, I like movies that are actually about the movie making process, but not not explicitly. But also I do love Hollywood movies. Speaking of movies about movies, Marty Supreme. Marty Supreme, which I would say is maybe a overarching analogy for Timothée Chalamet's career right now. Early reviews, folks saw Marty Supreme, and they're saying it is overwhelmingly positive. Some saying some of the best of the year. Timothy's got all of the sauce, with many saying this is the Oscar win for Mr. Chalamet. I'm so excited for Marty Supreme. The fact people have seen it, who are these people? How do we make them stop seeing it?
How can I make a device to look into your mind so I can
and watch it myself?
I can just crank it back.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
Man, I really would love to watch it.
Yeah.
I would really, really love. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. We're gonna see it in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of time until he gets his Oscar. I mean, I think the Academy wants to give him one. I mean, let's be real. So. Like he is the up and coming successor. I mean, he's not up and coming anymore. He has arrived. He is the new face of Hollywood. And every single movie he's in, like, I love how he makes it. Like, he owns it. I mean, Marty Supreme, like, he has a massive internet following, and he uses it to just market his movies in the weirdest way possible. But it's the way that that's just how Timothée Chalamet does it. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, it's just like his next movie's coming out. You don't really see anything about him. And then you may see him like at a club or something, like a paparazzi snap, got some pictures. But then you see him at the red carpet and you're like, oh man, like, wonder what this guy's been up to for the past 2 years,
Yeah.
Like, he's just like really involved with, I mean, holy cow, he's at Knicks games. He went to Indianapolis for the Eastern Conference Finals this year. He's just, maybe I'm just digging into, I think he's just a very big cultural icon at this point.
He feels like a true heir apparent movie star. Like, we have a lot of big names right now. Like, you got a lot of people who are just like famous as brands, but I don't think are famous as like movie stars. And like Timothy feels like the one and only right now. When I did watch,
he's dating the
this week-
Kardashian. I mean,
yeah,
all of it.
watching this week and watching A Few Good Men, I did have the moment where I was like, is Timothy the next Tom Cruise? And I'm looking if you go back to early Tom Cruise's career, like from let's go Top Gun in 86 all the way through Mission Impossible 2 in 2000. So we got a 14-year span. I would make the argument he should have won an Oscar 1, 2, 3, 4 times at minimum. He should have won an Oscar. I mean, let me read you these. You tell me if I'm crazy. You got Jerry Maguire, which Cuba Gooding Jr. won for that movie as a supporting. I would argue that Tom Cruise blows him out of the water in performance. I think he's incredible there. Eyes Wide Shut as he's incredible there. A Few Good Men as the lead. He is outstanding. Outstanding. And then Rain Man.
Okay.
Rain Man, he's also incredible in.
I think you could watch any Tom Cruise movie ever and give an argument for why it should be considered for an Oscar. I mean, whether it's Mission Impossible in the extreme extents that he's gone to bring these movies to the screen is just a testament of his ability to leave people in awe every time that you watch him. So I think he's more than fitting to get his Oscar now, but it's frustrating. I agree. There's so many performances that you could look at and make a case for it.
I really do think that Timothy is on the path of Tom Cruise. It feels very similar. I mean, I think that the movies Timmy makes, it feels very like they're 1-1 here. I mean, Born on the 4th of July. So good.
He's just a performer. I mean, that's what he loves doing. And I say this in the nicest way possible. You have people that make movies and they don't love movies. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They do it because they're like, this is my job. That's what I do. And then you have people that make movies and they love it. And they want to give every single moment they can to making the movie industry the best that it possibly can be. And I genuinely think like that is the trajectory that he is on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I get goosebumps like watching the Marty Supreme trailer, and maybe this is like the most glaze I have ever put onto an actor ever, but like every time I see this trailer, I just get goosebumps from the fact that like maybe this is the guy that like I grow up and I have my kids and I'm like, yeah, like
that I was there for that.
I was there for the beginning of his ascension to stardom. And I don't know. I'm just so excited for this movie to come out. I mean, the fact that he has already gone bald for Dune Messiah is so awesome. And I didn't even like put put it together until I saw the interview where he was like, oh yeah, I'm out in I think he was out in, I don't remember exactly, but he's like, oh, I'm out of the United States right now. I'm filming Dune Part 3. And I saw him bald and I was just like, that's it. I don't know. He's just incredibly dedicated to everything he does. And I cannot say, even like Wonka, you know what I'm saying? Like Wonka could have been a movie that is just like, I'm just taking a check.
No, they're never that.
And it's a great movie. Every single performance he has, he puts so much care and so much time into making it. And dude, I would take a Wonka 2 in a heartbeat.
Can I blow your mind real quick?
Yeah.
All right. Let's make the argument that the true Hello World, I'm Timothy Chalamet came in Call Me By Your Name. Would you agree that's a good starting place?
Sure.
All right, so that's 2017. So it's not even been a decade. In the last decade, in the last 8 years, we've gotten Lady Bird, Beautiful Boy, The King, Little Women, The French Dispatch, Dune Part 1, Don't Look Up, Bones and All, Dune Part 2, Wonka, A Complete Unknown, and now Marty Supreme. And Dune Part 3 will also be before that 10-year mark. That is insane. That's an insane run. I'm sorry. Like, that is about as good as it ever is going to get. That's like when we look back and we pull like the Tom Cruise and like we pull like Brad Pitt and we pull like those runs and we're just like, how is this even possible that you did that in a row? Like, that is this right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Dude, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for this movie. It's going to be no
and none of those
matter
roles
what.
are the
I know.
same, which is even impressive too. Like
and then even with Dune, he makes it feel different.
I mean, even just think of this three movie run: Bones and All, Wonka, Dune 2, in a row, and then Bob Dylan. He played in Complete Unknown. Those 4 in a row. I mean, like, come on, it's awesome.
See, this is
and then you have Ryan Reynolds over there playing Deadpool in every movie. God.
I think that there's other actors in this kind of subgenre as well, and I think it'd be fun, maybe in an episode where we kind of have not as much news and we have more time to really dig into this, just kind of to look at who is the face of Hollywood and what people do we see kind of taking over in 10 to 20 years. I would just love to kind of like pick apart that, but I think it's also cool. Something that I've thought about doing, but now that we've kind of had this conversation, I feel like I need to do is literally just watch everything in Timothée Chalamet's filmography and just say, I've seen everything that he has made.
Yeah.
And I watch everything that comes out.
No, like seriously, like I really feel like I need to just catch up and just be like, I'm all over it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's enough glaze for today.
Yeah, we'll glaze a different time.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into some trailers.
We'll glaze when the Oscar comes.
Yeah, no, exactly. Let's get into some trailers. Starting off with let's start off the ones we've already seen before, at least seen a version of them. First one being Die My Love. We got the second trailer for Die My Love. Looks about the same as the first trailer. I'm excited for this. I hope this is good. I really hope this is good. I don't know. I'm getting a weird vibe about this one that it might not be that good.
Even if it's not, I feel like the chemistry between Pattinson and J-Law should be enough to make me walk out of this movie and be happy that I saw it.
Yeah, this feels like one where I'll be like, that was good, and then never really think about it again. But we'll see.
In my mind, as soon as I watched this, I thought, this is The Lighthouse, but for like suburban couples.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Couples out in the suburbs are like, I get this.
Yes.
I'm stuck in a house with you. I got to watch this dog.
Yeah.
His performance was also very much giving kind of the craziness from The Lighthouse. And she was, I don't know. I don't know if this is how the entire movie is going to go. Maybe they start off and they love each other and then it gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I like
how little we know.
I'm really excited for this though.
Shout out Mubi. It's on Mubi.
I mean, Robert Pattinson, also one of the faces of cinema. Dare we even dig into that? I haven't even seen Twilight.
We got a lot of guys out there.
Timmy and Pattinson are going to be working together. I mean, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you. The other trailer that we've already seen before, just got a second one, is The Running Man. Obviously, Glenn Powell, our sweet prince. That's coming very soon to theaters here in November. I hope this does well. The Chad Powers is a great show right now happening on Hulu.
Yeah, I love it.
It's quite funny. It's a really well made show. I hope that this does well. Just for the careers not only of Glenn Powell but also like Michael Cera and Coleman Domingo. And then also the other side too is Edgar Wright. I feel like Edgar Wright's last couple have been a little quiet to say the least. I mean, Last Night in Soho was not very big. And then Baby Driver was coming up on a decade now. So like really we haven't seen an Edgar Wright here in a minute. So,
yeah, I haven't seen a lot of his filmography, so I can't speak to. I've just seen Baby Driver, which was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I think this looks like just like a fun blockbuster. I'm not really headed into this like obviously it's going to change cinema forever, but I'm
Yeah.
very much like going into it with high expectations, high hopes that Glenn Powell will give a very fun and energetic performance. And the Michael Cera bit in the trailer always kind of like reminds me like this is what the movie is. Like it's just kind of like it's going to be a funny, tons of action filled, and then obviously My Glorious King, Coleman Domingo, is just going to pop up
Yeah.
whenever you want. And then you got Josh Brolin with like a couple of shots of like him with lipstick or like some makeup on kind of throughout the trailer. Am I the only one that catches that?
Yeah. No, he does look
Okay.
a little.
Yeah. He looks a little.
He's got like something on his face.
It very much feels like the Capital vibes from the Hunger Games. So,
which I thought that was funny too. I don't know, tying into The Long Walk from earlier this year is like they basically say like, oh, they don't want you to win. I would make the argument that they definitely want someone to win every once in a while to make it seem like the Running Man is possible to beat. Right? Like, I don't know. Maybe they'll explore that in the movie, but I just thought
it's just this game that as a community, they're like, no one will ever win.
No one can ever win this.
And as a society, it's like Alabama from like 2015 to like 2018. It's like no one can beat us.
Yeah,
like,
we are better than everybody.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right, next up is a TV show, I Love LA, created by Rachel Sennott, who is up and coming, I say as well right now. She's getting a lot bigger and bigger as the years go on. It's a comedy about young folks in LA. I don't know about this one. Consider me out of touch as a youth.
I think I'm out of touch as well.
Yeah. Did we miss the pop culture? I feel out of touch. But after being in LA for a week, I do understand that these people are everywhere. The people that are making fun of and like our characters in this show are just everywhere. I walked around and I was like, yep. I would say this trailer came out before I got there, and then I watched the trailer, and then I went there and I was like, yeah, no, this is about accurate. This is pretty accurate. So I think for the folks who do live in LA, this would be a very, very funny show. For everyone else, it might be a look and a glimpse into how a very specific group of people live.
Yeah, I've never lived in LA before. And
yeah. This group,
So I think you watched another show that took place in LA earlier this year. That it kind of gave me the same vibes as that trailer. I can't pull the name of that.
What was that?
Remember, it's like, or maybe they live in New York. And there was like an entire episode of them chasing a rat.
Oh! Let me find that.
Okay, because when I watched this trailer,
I think they're in Chicago. Adults. Yes. They're in Queens. Yes, it does remind me of that. Yes. But for some reason, I don't know, maybe the fact they're in New York or like whatever it may be, at least I knew people like that. Like we went to college with people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't know anyone like the LA people. And even people I know in LA who live in LA, like are not full blown LA. So that's where it's a little bit of disconnect. That's right. Yeah.
I hope this works for Rachel though. I love.
Yeah, I think she's so good.
Everything she's in, she's great. And I haven't even seen Bottoms, which I know people are like.
I think Bottoms is quite
crazy
good.
about.
I don't think it's as great. Like people are like, it's the greatest thing ever. Like I don't think that, but like I think it is quite good.
Yeah.
Have you seen Shiva Baby?
I'm not. I know that's kind of like her.
Shiva Baby is, to say exceptional is an understatement. I think Shiva Baby is so good.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and she was good in Saturday Night from a couple of years ago or last year.
Yeah,
she's good.
I love her in Bodies. Yeah,
that's a good one too. No, but I think she has a very interesting career so far. So
me too. I think she has a lot of. I think there's a lot she can do. So I'm very interested to see how this goes and like what this leads her towards next.
Yes. Wasn't she also in? She was in The Idol. God, that show is horrible. All right, next trailer is looking real stinky, and that's Mercy, a January release. So we're all clutching our pearls, to say the least. Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson's people we both like. It's an AI future where he has to prove his innocence to AI that he didn't kill his wife. You, Chris Pratt. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Isn't this just like Minority Report?
It's like worse Minority Report. Where he's sitting in a chair the whole time.
You know what? For a January release, I was kind of interested in this.
I don't know.
Do I think that it's hard when you explore the same subject we've seen before.
I guess.
I said, this very much gives me Minority Report vibes.
And Minority Report is so good, so it's like, why?
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. But kind of looks interesting.
I just think that'd be funny. Like, this could have been a very good. I don't want to just change the whole movie, but like, I think this would be a funny comedy where, like, in the future, all lawyers are AI because like they're always objective, and he just has a crappy AI lawyer, and like that would have been funnier. But like, this just feels like Minority Report, and so then I'm just like, I'd rather watch Minority Report. But hey, when January is sparse, so we got nothing going on, we can go watch some Chris Pratt. And then hope that he makes better decisions in the future about his next films.
I don't know. This looks interesting. I'm honestly kind of interested in it.
I'm the pessimist tonight. I'm being pessimistic. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. The guy who is making this was a producer on that War of the Worlds movie that came out earlier this year, the Ice Cube one. The last thing he directed was a movie called V2 Escape from Hell, which has a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. I think it is a foreign film. It came out in Russia. This is a Russian movie. I think he's a Russian director. That makes sense.
Okay.
All right, interesting. I mean, this is his first U.S. movie. He also directed. Did he direct the reboot of Ben-Hur? What? I think this is also a foreign production. Morgan Freeman's in it, so interesting.
Whoa.
All right, last two trailers. Wonder Man comes out early next year, also in January. I thought this looked good. I like Yahya Abdul-Mateen, so I'm hoping that he has a good show here, because I think that he deserves to work a lot more than he does. So hopefully this is good.
Yeah, I feel like this was pretty refreshing.
Him in Ambulance is so good. He's so good in Ambulance.
I have not seen Ambulance.
Oh, you would love Ambulance.
Jake G.
Dude, Jake G is the perfect vehicle for Michael Bay. Like, let me tell you, Michael Bay, this might be one of Michael Bay's best, too. I love Michael Bay, and this might be one of his best.
See, I really haven't seen much Michael Bay. What I know Michael Bay from is Bad Boys.
Oh,
you got Transformers.
Bay you're missing out on, dude.
I know. Dare you say I have seen Armageddon. I take that back.
Transformers 1, Pain and Gain, goated. 13 Hours, also quite good. 6 Underground, skip.
Sounds like I'm missing out on some bangers.
Yep. We're back. 2 weeks have not missed a beat. We're back. That was great. And that's how we'll end Wonder Man. We're glad we talked about Wonder Man.
It looks refreshing, though.
It looks good.
I like
it.
It.
Good. We're in.
I'm excited for it.
The last trailer is another January release, but this one I'm very positive about. This one is Send Help. Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, directed by Sam the Man Raimi. Yes, sir. We love Sam here. Michigander. Shout out Sam. After his most recent movie, which was, I think the most recent one was Doctor Strange. That was his most recent directing was? I think so. Yeah, Doctor Strange, it was. Yeah, he took that 10-year hiatus, and now he's back, Doctor Strange. So now he's with Send Help, which is a original film, which starring Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. And I love the concept of this. I think it looks quite good. This could be a very pleasant surprise by Mr. Sam Raimi. Also, Dylan O'Brien, very interesting career the last 10 years. Another one that I think that is one to keep the old eye on, because he's had some good ones last 5-7 years.
There was a specific line in this movie that just made me giggle, or in this trailer that made me giggle.
I'm the boss.
And it's, we're not in the office anymore, Bradley.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah, I don't really know how I feel about this movie just yet. love both of these actors. I think they're awesome, and I love Sam Raimi, but not really sure if I'm buying into the whole concept just yet.
No, buy in with me.
You want me to invest?
I want you to invest. I would like you to invest. I'm here with a great investment opportunity, and I'd like you to join me on this one. I think this is quite going to be good. I think this is going to be a surprise good one.
I'll invest with you. I'm 51%. So
can I give you a comp from this year? I don't think this will be Wolfman, which you did. I think this is going to be next year's Companion.
Okay.
Right? Now I'm not saying it's gonna be great. I'm saying Companion, which I liked a lot.
Great time.
That's Sam could give us a great time.
I hope he gives us some stylistic.
I hope
he always does. He always does. So. You know, like, and I think what he did with.
Why are we worried? It's Sam.
Sam, I am.
It's Sam the man. Raimi.
Trust in Sam.
All right, let's get on to some reviews. We'll skip Gen V for now. Let's just, because next week's the finale. We'll just do a big finale episode next week. We'll talk about it. Let's talk Peacemaker. Peacemaker episode 8. This was the season finale, maybe the series finale of Peacemaker, if you are to believe James Gunn, that there are no plans for a season 3 of Peacemaker, which is surprising. We're gonna go full spoilers. It's been out for 2 weeks now, so if you haven't seen it yet, you weren't planning to watch it, we'll just talk full spoilers for this one. The synopsis for this one is: as Flag puts everyone around him in increasing danger, the 11th Street kids must convince Peacemaker that he is one of them. A lot of backlash to this episode, to say the least. Folks were not pleased with this one. It has the lowest rating of any episode of Peacemaker in both seasons. I thought this was a perfectly fine episode. I don't feel it was a good choice to make this the season 2 finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm coming to terms with that this is the finale. The fact that I was in on it, I was out on it, and I felt like, while I understand that, I guess based off the finale, that the whole relationship with Hardcore is that's the purpose of this season, or the fact that Peacemaker can maybe feel something good in his life for once, because everything that he does and everything he touches turns to crap, you know?
Yeah.
I really don't know. Like, I thought as soon as I finished watching the episode, I thought I'd have a lot more to say. I think I was just struck that we didn't get this flashback earlier in the season. Like, I feel like saving it till the end, for me, and I've seen a lot of people say this online, saying it's a good episode, bad finale. And the more I've sat with that, I honestly think I agree with it. Maybe if you restructure a couple of the pieces of this story and throw it earlier in the season, I think this would have worked. But I think what we got last episode, that was the finale everyone expected.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just, I think it felt a little overindulgent, is kind of how I've come to settle on it. It felt as though James Gunn, for all the good he does, here's what I thought about it, right? James Gunn has a very particular style. We saw it in Guardians. We've been used to it for the last decade. We saw it in Suicide Squad. And we talked about it in our Superman review, that it felt as though James Gunn toned back the Gunnisms to make Superman. Still had some of them, but it felt as though he was almost restraining himself a little bit to make a more straightforward film. It felt as though all that pent-up Gunnism and frustration of, like, I can't put music videos in my movie. Like, I have to do all this other stuff. I got to get weird and wacky with it. Like, just exploded onto the page of this script for season 2, especially this last episode, which is why there was, like, it felt like 5 music videos the last episode. Like, it just felt, it felt like a parody of what a Gunn project is towards the end. And I think that partially is to do with the the choice that he made in Superman, where he couldn't do his usual, so he was like, I gotta get back to my roots. But it felt just so disjointed, and I think it's because we introduced so many new things in the last episode of a show. It's like, why are we introducing this multiverse? Then we jump into like the emotional beats worked for me. Like the conversation between Adebayo and Vigilante, I thought was good. I thought the kind of coming together of the final narrative there for Peacemaker. I wasn't the biggest fan the fact that they kind of got together at the end, like him and Harcourt, especially after the last episode where she's like, I'm not who you think I am. Like, I felt it should have been like maybe him moving on. I loved is strong. I really liked the kind of ending of it where Peacemaker's stuck in that alternate prison world. I think one of the bigger issues that I have as well is that just you have a carry through character, which is Frank Grillo's Rick Flag Sr. He doesn't feel like the same guy. Like, this is not the same guy from Creature Commandos. It doesn't feel like the same guy from even Superman, really. Like, it just feels like he's like a placeholder character for whatever James Gunn needs the plot to be, which is a bit frustrating because I think Frank Grillo is pretty interesting here.
Yeah, because I think if he's as obsessed with Peacemaker or like what happened to his son, I think we would have heard about it earlier with his character. There would have been some slight mention.
Yeah.
That he's almost grieving this as to where it happened and it's kind of just shown up when it's convenient.
Yeah.
And not that like in Creature Commandos, you got to be like, my son. He is dead.
Yes.
But like, maybe this is a hot take. Looking back on it, I think as I was watching each episode, and the season as a whole, I liked Creature Commandos better.
That's not a crazy take.
Okay.
No,
I love the Peacemaker's character. I think especially just how it ended.
Like once.
Yeah, and not that like, look, I'm all for the character development. I think it just got to a point where like the plot was too all over the place for me to really be like, by the end, all right, I'm fully gonna invest in another season of this.
Yeah, but like that's where it's frustrating because like I like all these characters. Like I do like Vigilante, I like Adebayo, I like Harcourt, and I like Peacemaker, and it's just like I want more of them. And I think you could have if this was the ending he had in mind, it's like, all right, I want them to establish Checkmate, and I want them to send Peacemaker to a different dimension, and we got to set up this idea of like a metahuman prison somewhere. All right, cool. Then why not make that a through line through the whole time that is the goal, very clearly stated by Rick Flag Sr., where it's just like, and if even if it's not clear, like he's not like, I'm here to make a prison. It's just like, we need that because of this, right? Like, it's like, we have to get to this other world. We have to do this versus making it part of the last episode. And then Checkmate 2 is like, I think that at least that was kind of set up earlier, but it felt just like we did it and now see you guys later, which is frustrating. And then too, like he should have, it kind of kept feeling like Rick Flag Sr. wasn't as annoyed with Peacemaker as the ending would suggest, which I think that's frustrating also. But I don't know. Like it just never felt like Rick Flag Sr. throughout this basically created a metahuman prison with the help of the U.S. government just to get revenge against Peacemaker, forging documents along the way, like doing all that.
I think there's some Lex kind of sprinkled in there too. I think the deal he made with Lex I think this sets up for something that Lex wanted to make as well.
I don't disagree, but it just felt like that hatred was never there the whole time, right? Like we did get the fight scene, which was great earlier in the season, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It just kind of fell flat, which is unfortunate. Like it does make me a bit worried about what is to come when it comes to the James Gunn world. But you know what? One miss on the last like 25 things. It's like, all right, you know what? He was due for a miss. And I guess it's got to be somewhere. I'd rather be Peacemaker season 2 than, Superman 2.
Sure. I I just think he tried to do too much.
Yeah.
And like you said, certain parts of this episode could have been done earlier in the season, and I would have been totally fine with it. But it's the fact that I sat there for about an hour, and they'd introduce a new plot point every 5 minutes. And I'm like, what should I pay attention to here? Not to say that I can't focus on several things at once, because I think I'm fully capable of doing that, but it just felt a little disjointed.
Yeah.
It's like one scene would be the concert, and then like the other one would be like Adebayo would be sitting down and like having these characters all together. We've said it the entire time. That is when this movie is at its best. I don't care about them going through some portal, some door, looking at. I'm done with the several dimensions stuff. I really am. I think I'm exhausted from it. So I'm really interested to see how Marvel works.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't know. Maybe they whip out some character that I haven't seen in a while, and I lose my mind. And maybe that brings me back to it. But I think for now I'm kind of done with the multiverse of it all, and I think I was done before I watched this show. So
we'll have to see. I mean, the next project is, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Green Lantern. So hopefully that works out well. I can't wait for the Harcourt cameo in that. I'm really pumped for that. It's gonna happen. All right, let's get into some other reviews. I'll do Tron first because we both saw Roofman. All right, Tron Ares. Do you care about hearing spoilers? I'm going full spoilers in this one. It's been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I might take them off just because I kind of want to. I've seen a lot of hate on this movie, and I feel like if I listen,
I'm not going to be full-blown hate. I'm not going to be full-blown.
Not that I think you're going to be hate, but I think if I kind of have some preconceived ideas heading into this,
fair enough,
maybe that will some bias. So I'm gonna
fair enough
drop them for a second, and then just
all right, go ahead.
Let us know about. I'll listen to it after I watch it.
All right, sounds good. Tron Ares. All right, so let's get into Tron Ares. Jared Leto's Tron movie he's been trying to make for the last decade. This is a fascinating film, to say the least. There are bits and pieces here that work. Whoever's idea it was to leave the grid, that person should not be listened to anymore. The grid is substantially more interesting than the normal world. And I think they should have reversed the screen time of what was the grid and what was the regular world. Just a wild choice. I also think too that this film works a lot better as a direct sequel to Legacy than it does to the original Tron. If you were to make the permanence code that they're going after this whole time, what Korra has from Legacy, like, why would that not be the choice where it's like she clearly survived, so she has the permanence code as a part of her code or system or whatever, and so everyone's going after Korra and Sam to get this new permanence code. Like, that would have been, I think, at least an interesting take. And then at the end they tease Korra and they tease Sam, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, why are you teasing the more interesting sequel in your crappy sequel? Having said that, this movie has moments. Like, I think it's visually kind of interesting. It's not as good as Legacy. I think that Cameron Moynihan getting like cut is just shocking. Like, he's in it for all of 2 seconds. I would really interested to see like why that was the choice. It just, I don't know. I think maybe they went away from practical effects more so than they did in Legacy. I think the red looks worse than like the blue and other colors, which is interesting. Jared Leto is just not an interesting antagonist or protagonist. And so while this has some cool like hype and aura moments, I guess you could say, as the Letterboxd boys would say, it just ultimately falls flat. With shocking teases to the original, that I thought was very interesting, that like that's the one that they were like, hey, we're going to do a Legacy sequel to the original, versus a Legacy sequel to Tron Legacy. just an overall not great film. Evan Peters is fine here as the villain, a really kind of a nothing burger at the end of the day, but like the tease is at least interesting of him inside the grid, I guess. Gillian Anderson has just nothing to do. Greta Lee is fine here as well. Just it's just disappointing for her, I think, too, to jump to a franchise film and like this is the one she picks. But like she's honestly probably the best part of this movie. But yeah, not a whole lot else to say about Tron Ares, unfortunately. I wish I liked it more. Jeff Bridges is all in it for 2 seconds, but it's not even the same Jeff Bridges. It's like a different Jeff Bridges. We just need less Jared Leto. Like, and I think that's probably the death of the Tron franchise, which is unfortunate because I think it's a very interesting franchise that just hasn't really found its footing, which just stinks. But yeah, unfortunate for Tron. I give it 2.5 stars. I think, like I said, there's pieces of it that work. I think if you wanted to do 1 or 2 set pieces outside of the grid, go for it. Make it a little different than Legacy. But the fact that the majority of it's outside the grid, I think is just a big mistake and a lot less interesting than it could have been. And two, like for the permanence code, it's like you have a permanent person who left the grid. Why not make that the central focus of going after Korra? But whatever. Hey, whatever. They tease a sequel that will never happen, unfortunately. So sorry for Tron Ares. You will never surpass my Sweet Prince Tron Legacy. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna wave Jack back. All right, he's coming back now. Welcome back, man.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, no, of course. All right, let's talk Roofman. Roofman, Channing Tatum, in what feels like his first role in a long time. Charismatic criminal while on the run from police hides in a hidden space of a Toys R Us. There, he adopts a new identity and becomes involved with the employee, beginning a relationship as unlikely as it is risky. Starring Channing Tatum, starring Peter Dinklage, and Lakeith Stanfield, honestly, whose career has also been pretty interesting, I would say. And then Kirsten Dunst, obviously, is the
Juno Temple
question. Yeah, Juno Temple, who's also in this, who is a small role, but a good one, to say the least. So, what'd you think of Roofman?
I liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
My one problem with it, I think it overstays its welcome just a
big time.
Tiny bit.
About 30 minutes overstaying the welcome.
I did like it though, and I think I really liked how they set up this character, and immediately from the get-go, you know what drives him. Just the material aspects of trying to full spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably guess how this movie ends. I mean, if it's a true story, like he doesn't get away.
Surprises.
It's like
he doesn't get out of there.
He's sitting at some beach and he like finds some movie executive. He's like, "Hey, I got a really good idea for you. It's a true story."
I got a story to tell you.
No, but I like this movie. I liked Channing Tatum. I think him and Kirsten Dunst were both great leads for this. I think they had good chemistry together. I like the idea, like the kind of lesson that the material things in life, you don't really need those, just kind of being emotionally and being available for those you love is enough, or should be enough, no matter what, what kind of news or what other kind of thoughts enter your head. It's easy to think stuff like that, and I think from his perspective, I like that it talked about his time in the military and that like he was really good at this stuff, but once he got out, he didn't really know how to apply that, which obviously led to him getting into some problems. So
no, 1,000%.
And I liked his kindness, which was very funny.
Yes.
That he did all this stuff, but he was like, "Oh, I never want to hurt anybody. Like, I just want to like give my family the best life that I can." But like in the end, it's like, all right, dude, like,
yeah,
come on, like,
you're just not a great guy.
You blew up a dentist office. I mean,
Yeah. No, like I I think Channing Tatum is the make or break for this movie, and he's pretty great here. I think that he still has that real talent, that real charisma, that true movie star kind of quality about him. Um, I think Kirsten Dunst is fine here. I
Okay.
don't know, she's not bad. She's just like she's trying to be more charming than she is. I don't know, something about her character.
I thought she was quite charming.
Yeah, I thought she got better as the movie went on, like with her and her kids. I liked that quite a bit. I don't know. He's just like such a charisma, like explosion that anyone next to him is a little sucked away. And also, she did have to play like the adult to his like child. Basically, he basically is like a childlike wonder, which I thought was interesting. I think I think sneaky Peter Dinklage is pretty good here.
He's awesome.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage is one of my better Dinklage roles in the last couple of years. He should have gotten the plane. What an idiot! Like, dude.
As soon as she said,
"I love you," I was like,
you.
"They're waiting,
homie."
I was like, "They're waiting."
Come on.
Yeah.
Have you never seen a movie before, pal?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, buddy. I did love the Toys R Us. Him walking around and seeing the old toys was because that was like prime when I was at Toys R Us. Like walking by, he walked by like the Nintendo and had like Game Boy games and like GBA, and I was like, this is just electric to say the least. He had all the Spider-Man like from when like all the old Spider-Man stuff when like she was inspired. I thought that was great. This just feels like one that I think it's like, well, that was fun and charming, but I think we'll forget about it by the end of the year, unfortunately.
I think the one thing that sticks with me, not to say that I'm 1000% buying this, but I really do love that scene just entering into the Toys R Us and kind of almost like showing off the Toys R Us to the people that have maybe never seen one before.
Yeah, I did think that was a good way to set like where everything
I
is.
loved it. And I think there's like part of the audience that is like, man, like Toys R Us was like the spot. Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of good memories in a Toys R Us. Like specifically like when I was a kid, like my grandpa would take me there for like Christmas and he'd let me like pick something out. And it's like, that is a core memory for me. So during the movie, when they started showing the Toys R Us, I was like, man, like this is hitting the spot right now. Because I'm like, man, just to be able to like walk into that Toys R Us and just like look at all the toys on the shelves. I'm going to say it again and again. Obviously, I understand it's not as efficient from a business perspective, but there was just nothing like being able to go to a toy store like that. And
yeah.
You have it in Target, but you don't. I mean, Target's like a couple sections, but
they just don't exist anymore. They just don't exist.
I know. And I think the same thing goes for, this is a whole nother rant offside of Roofman, but I'm going to talk about it. The physical media with like Blockbuster.
Yeah. I
went to a Barnes & Noble this past weekend, and I was looking at the Criterion Collection, and I'm trying to figure out, which ones I want to try and get when they have their next sale. And this very kind gentleman who works at Barnes & Noble was rearranging the movies. And he's like, oh, have you seen this before? Shows me Memories of Murder. I'm like, yeah, I've seen it before. It rocks.
Yeah, goated.
And he's like, oh, I'll give you some other recs. This guy proceeds to give me like 4 different recommendations from the Criterion Collection.
What a guy.
And I'm like, I just can't believe that this used to be like a normal experience.
Yeah.
Like people just used to be able to go to a DVD store and just go up to the guy that works there and be like, hey man, like I've seen these movies.
You got any thoughts?
Like, got anything that you think I'd like? I've tried doing this with AI. I've literally typed in, I have watched X amount of movies. These are my favorite movies. Please give me recommendations. And honestly, the recommendations are pretty good, but there's just nothing like the enthusiasm that comes from someone who has seen these movies and loves these movies. I mean, this guy was quoting he was about to tell me like the entire movie for a couple of these.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, all right, man, like I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna watch it myself.
I think video games are kind of the last thing that has it.
Yeah. I mean, even GameStops are dwindling away.
Yeah, I mean, like the one used media store that I go to is like a one of those where like people sell back things. It's got like the shelves, but it's like very heavily video games. But like they do have when you walk right in, like they have like staff picks, and it's like old video games, newer video games, like brand new video games, and then there is at the bottom like movies, and it's interesting to see like what people like put up there. And it's just like someone walked around who works here, picked that because they like it and put it up there, and it's like, to me, like that's almost like a a good example of like, wow, like that's what someone thinks is good, like I should give it a shot. Like it's just so funny how like that little interaction works enough for me.
I know.
And I think the closest we have to it, which is unfortunately digital, is Letterboxd.
I know.
Like,
that's what I was thinking about.
People think, and it's just like, all right, like I guess I'll give this one a shot.
And for me personally, I've really worked, and I feel like I'm constantly working at trying to express how I feel, whether in how I speak or how I, type out a review. Obviously, sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm going to type out the silly one-liner.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like to put in my thoughts and comments because maybe I like not to think that there's people who look at my reviews and are like, man, I wonder what Jack thought about this movie. But more or less, I'm just like, I want to type out exactly how I feel in this moment, how this made me feel, what I liked about this. So then I can go back and almost like vividly remember what I liked about this movie and what I didn't like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think there's the human touch of it all. I wish we still had it. So it's weird that when you talk to someone who likes movies and they talk about why they like certain ones, I got this sort of like adrenaline rush, which was kind of funny.
No, I'm with you.
But back to Roofman, I really like that scene at Toys R Us. The peanut M&Ms line, even though I saw it in the trailer probably 50 times, I still laughed.
It's still funny
out loud. Probably way too hard, but you like peanut M&Ms, right? Got to be hiding somewhere. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's
man.
actually funny. I think it was good. It was the definition of good. I have it pretty mid-tier for the whole year. I mean, it's definitely one of those ones where like I think if it's someone who maybe doesn't go to the movies very often, it's like, I like Channing Tatum. It's like, yeah, I would recommend this. Like I wouldn't be afraid to recommend this. I think it's definitely one of those. It's just like, I don't know, comfort food as a movie. Like it's not offensive. Like it's got like kind of all the things that you kind of want in a movie. It's just perfectly average.
Fair enough.
Good. It's held together by a great Channing Tatum performance. I think he's really solid here.
Yeah, let's just get him
with also some good,
stuff.
A sneaky, very funny, very small role from Ben Mendelsohn as the priest. I think he's very funny.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, I thought
it's just a bit long. It's just a bit long.
The church bit as well, just the singles ladies event.
Yeah, he's the only guy there is very funny.
Someone in my family goes to one of those, and it is just the stories I hear from those have to be like, it's an interesting group to say the least.
Yeah,
I've heard.
I would not be shocked.
But in my mind, I saw that scene. I'm like, that's exactly how those go. Like, that's got to be like some guy shows up and they're like, ooh.
Yeah, it's all the middle-aged women like, oh, here we go. But no, good, but not great. Next week, I think we might have a great one. I think that Born to Run, the Bruce Springsteen one.
I highly doubt
Delivery from Nowhere.
Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong are going to let us down in terms of their performances. It just comes down to how is this movie structured?
Yeah.
And it was funny. Caitlin and I listened to the Hot Ones interview with Jeremy Allen White this past week, and he talked a little bit about the movie. But again, it does sound like it's kind of taking that approach of, hey, let's focus on a specific point in his life and go from there. So it kind of seems like they're taking the Bob Dylan approach that we got last year. But I'd very much
people who have like these lives are just so long, and like I think you gotta.
But I'd very much like to know more, like who is Bruce Springsteen, you know? Yeah. And if we can get that out of this movie, I'll be happy.
All right, let's look up Springsteen's biggest songs, and I'm gonna guess how he writes them in the movie. My favorite things. All right, Springsteen biggest hits. All right, here we go.
All right, so Born to Run.
He's gonna see a guy jogging, and I think a guy's gonna be like, "Man, he's fast. It's like he was born to do that." And then Springsteen will be like, "What?" And then he'll write that. Thunder Road. Maybe he'll be a driving montage, and some thunder and lightning happens, and he writes Thunder Road. Dancing in the Dark. Pretty self-explanatory there. I think someone will be dancing in the dark, and he'll be like, "This is pretty cool. Got to write about that." Born in the USA. Maybe someone will be like, "Excuse me, sir, do you have your ID on you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was born in the USA." There we go. And then Atlantic City. Maybe he'll go to Atlantic City. I think we did it. Oh, sorry, Glory Days. Glory Days. An old person's gonna be like, "Bruce, you got to enjoy life now because you don't want to be like me looking back on the glory days." And he'll be like, "Can you say that again?" So yeah, there we go. That's how it's gonna be. That's a little sneak peek for next week. What's gonna look like. But that is the week. And then what else is coming up soon? I think we got some big ones coming up here in the next couple of weeks.
Begonia is
Halloween. The following week.
It's Halloween.
Is it Halloween? Like legit Halloween?
Yeah, it comes out the day before. Or technically, it comes out the 31st.
I'd like to find a way to see Regretting You. I'd also like to see if I could. Let's do that. So we got next week we'll do Springsteen, and then the following week will be Begonia. Then we have a double feature of Christie and Predator Badlands and The Running Man, which is very soon. That's the 7th of November. Yep, The Running Man is the following week. And then so Christie, Wicked is soon. The Mastermind is annoying that I can't watch it anywhere. Driving me up a wall that I can't see this thing anywhere. I'd love to see it because I heard it's quite good.
Also the movie. We never. I don't even think we addressed the movie in the room.
I said it was movie.
No, I don't think we ever discussed. We had our whole episode of like movie is like the greatest thing in the entire world.
Oh, it was awful.
Well, not that it was awful. It's just it was basically on their. I don't remember if we talked about this or not, but basically on their database it shows every movie known to man.
Yeah, but it's not actually
like Letterboxd, but it's not all available on there. And then you look at what's available, and you're just like, that's a lot of money to pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, I might just get the Criterion streaming thing, but point is,
that one could be interesting.
I don't think we ever addressed that. So I feel like we must update.
Oh, Now You See Me is soon. Oh my god, dude! Now You See Me is soon. Now You See Me is the same day as The Running Man. Oh my god, if that has better box office than The Running Man, I will be. Now You'll See Me have a very loud opinion.
If I were to put money on it,
I know. So would I. It's so disappointing. My greatest trick is beating.
As soon as it comes out, I'll be running, man.
Yeah, running on a trick. All right, that we got a pretty packed next couple weeks, so excited for that.
Yeah, buckle up.
All right, until next week. Anything else? Good to be back.
Go buy a movie in person.
Buy a movie. Yeah, ask someone a recommendation.
Yeah, ask somebody for a recommendation and watch it. Watch it. Asking for the recommendation and then actually watching it are two completely different things that I think people forget to do. They're like, "Hey, you got any movie recommendations?" I'm like, "Well, I'm only going to give it to you if you actually watch it."
Yeah, don't be shy to actually accept the movie recommendation.
Yeah. So
right. Cool.
Other than that, have a good week.
See you. Peace.